Africa is really the last stand when it comes to productivity and the ability to actually build new ways of doing things. So Future Africa is an investment company founded in 2017. We're a venture capital firm. We've invested in millions of dollars in over 100 startups. We typically come in as a first check institutional investor. And we've backed companies like Move, we've backed companies very early like Andela, like Flutterwave, many others, Temai, several other companies that we've been a part of their story. And our goal really is, we want to enable and support entrepreneurs that are building, taking our biggest challenges and turning them into global business opportunities. And ultimately, by doing so, we hope that we can build a future where prosperity and purpose is within every young African's reach. Africa is a major area of focus because we see incredible opportunity with serving the innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem in Africa, because you have this extremely youthful population with an average age of 18. And that means that there's a longevity with respect to the kind of business and business relationships. And Africa is really the last stand when it comes to productivity and the ability to actually build new ways of doing things. But Africa, because not much has already been built up, it's possible for you to actually innovate. And then ultimately, we think that if you look at Africa's population respective to its contribution to the global economy, you see that Africa is roughly about 30% of global population, but is contributing 2% of the global economy. So if you can even raise that to just 10%, there's a lot of money that's going to be made there. And it's helpful to understand the context within which something like Itana has become necessary for us as a firm. As a firm, even though we focus primarily on investing in Africa, 95% of our companies are Delaware C Corps. However, I do think that the time is coming when more and more of the capital that is local and mobilized here wants to actually stay local and be mobilized here. And we felt that Itana would be the right jurisdiction for us because it has the perfect blend of private sector and public sector participation and partnership. And that union of private sector and public sector can actually deliver fantastic results when it comes to attracting, aggregating, and deploying capital for startups and for innovation on the continent. So at Itana, there are a couple of features of the free zone enterprise we have now received that we're trying to leverage. First, we're really excited about the opportunity to leverage the immigration benefits. We've got a talent gap, both within our companies, but also even at the firm level, because venture capital in Africa is very young. And in particular, just this type of investing is young. So we want to bring in incredible talent from around the world to come and help us to professionalize and train our local talent so that in a few years we can have all our local talent running this. The second thing we're looking to leverage is really the stable jurisdiction, the fact that we have private sector driven regulation and clarity with those regulations, particularly with respect to creating local investment vehicles and being able to attract capital into the continent and building those fund structures and so on and so forth. So Future Africa's vision is really to build itself into an investment institution dedicated to the innovation and digital economy. And that's sort of our raison d'etre. And so what that generally means is that we're looking to position ourselves, to serve startups, to invest in more startups, to invest more asset classes. So we currently do quite a bit of equity. We're starting to think about things like debt or debt type instruments, and even looking at grant making as something that we will do to support impact entrepreneurs. But overall, we really want to develop an ecosystem that is truly African. And part of the idea with that is, working with Itana to build a new capital stack for African entrepreneurs. And that means that we're the guinea pigs So setting ourselves up in Itana, operating smoothly in Itana, then encouraging our portfolio companies to set up in Itana, to operate within Itana's frameworks, and then ultimately, building Itana to be what Delaware is for the African startup ecosystem today. That's really sort of what's in our future.